Good day, everybody. Rob here at WesternPacificWeather.com. It is currently the 4th of January, 2011. It's the evening here in Japan. And we're looking down south today, so kind of a special edition here. We're actually moving out of the Western Pacific. Not too much changing in the weather up north. So down south, though, a very high flood disaster going on down there. Basically in the province of Queensland right in here. This is Queensland right here if you're not really familiar with the geography of Australia. But I do know I have some viewers down there in Australia. So just want to give a brief overview of what's going on down there. Not a official forecast at all, but just basically a brief overview to give everybody else out here in the Western Pacific kind of a heads up on what is going on down there in Australia. What set this all in motion was about 3 weeks ago. A cyclone made landfall up here in Queensland, just basically south of Cairns, up in this region. Now that started making some precipitation in the region and kind of set it off. Then a trough basically set off basically over the entire northern area here up in Australia, and this is really staying in place. Here's a forecast from the Bureau of Meteorology actually for tomorrow morning out through Thursday. That trough remaining well in place. This is center low is basically kind of a thermal low out here, but that trough definitely part of kind of the ITC right in that region. Sea surface temperature is right up here just north of Australia, way above 90 degrees. Shown here basically is very high sea surface temperatures throughout this entire region, south of Papua New Guinea here and north of Australia. That's providing a lot of fuel for convection. I know in the last several ones of my updates here, I noted about a lot of that convection down there and how that high sea surface temperature is rapidly producing a lot of it. Well, that combined with some low wind shear recently in the past week to 2 weeks has allowed for a lot of thunderstorms to move onshore right up in here in Queensland. So that's basically been the problem. Now all that rain is on the ground, flooding downriver to some coastal cities. It's like Rockhampton here actually shown in this picture. About 10 deaths overall recorded in that region right now. Lots of evacuations going on in that region, and it still looks like that's the whole entire event is not over yet. Actually, just for example, this evening here near Emerald, there's actually a severe thunderstorm warning out by the Bureau of Meteorology, showing this storm slowly moving north towards a comet. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these all slightly wrong. I used to pronounce Carnes for the longest time until somebody actually kind of corrected me when I went down there. So this is actually a pretty severe situation as the area is already has a high flood potential out there. And just to note, basically you start to see this elevation lower down there, and this elevation actually eventually leads out towards Rockhampton. So any precipitation that falls here is eventually going to make its way towards the coastal regions as well, thus elevating the flood potential in that area and making the crest higher for places like Rockhampton here. Now, what I do want to note, though, is that the Bureau of Meteorology is showing a crest actually today right around 9 meters, with a sustained about 8.5 meters crest in some of the rivers right in the local area for the past week, and that's very, very high and a very dangerous situation. And not trying to be the pessimist, according to some of the forecast models here, actually this one over the next 48 hours, actually showing south of the Torres Strait and basically north of Cairns up in that region. Still looking at even more precipitation here, showing the accumulated precip as already noted. Next 48 hours, actually about 4 to 6 inches expected in that region, as you can see right here, that basically in that red area right there. Well north of basically that area is really affected down farther south here, but still some of these areas up north are being affected as well. That flooding is really widespread up from basically up here towards the Torres Strait all the way down towards this region. So overall, though, any more precipitation not very welcomed, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. Just showing this accumulation precip here, and with the vorticity chart here actually showing these green areas showing in more upward vertical motion. Actually, you see that little yellow right in here with the green outline. That's actually providing that upper level support for those severe thunderstorms right around Emerald today. Well, over the next 48 hours, actually expecting this to drift slowly north with that upper level trough basically going to surface at upper levels there. So that's going to provide even that more precipitation up here farther to the north here. So just one good tool to use here as far as nowcasting is this vorticity chart. But this is all I got on this overall flooding situation right now. I just do want to reiterate here that I'm not the best forecaster down there in Australia, though. though. Only been down there a few times, and when I was there forecasting, basically the overall weather systems down there kind of give me a headache as I kind of look at the screens upside down there. I think a lot of forecasters in the Northern Hemisphere can agree with me on this. So if you are watching this, don't take my word for the gospel here. Make sure you always check with the Bureau of Meteorology. That's just type in BOM into Google, actually, and I'll pop right up. So that's really what I can reiterate to everybody here. Likely add some more Australian information into the Western Pacific updates, which I will come back to you tomorrow out here. Also, looking by midweek at still adding meteorologist Robert Akerfio into the weather updates as well. He's going to start providing some more updates here into the Western Pacific and updates and once we get into the tropical season. So thank you once again for listening. Hope everybody stays safe out there, and I'll have another update tomorrow. Bye.